in a world awash in uncertainty.
That makes me
Are you
so
triggered?
confused. I am very triggered.
I almost said Bryan Adams.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, Bryan
You can thank
Adams.
Bryan Adams, too.
Straight
I
from
get
the
it.
heart.
And we're gonna take it to the McMahons.
But Sinbad apparently never made a Shazam movie.
What?
Your anus.
I just couldn't notice.
Two brave heroes take on all things action.
Hi guys, welcome to another great edition and new season of All Things Action Videocast. I'm Dad, aka Aaron. With me is my little buddy
Aiden, aka the Bear, and with us is
Samaya.
aka the Mouse.
Oh my, guys, welcome back to All Things Action Videocast. We're still trying to figure out what the hell this thing is.
Yeah.
But it was a fun first season. I'm glad that everybody's back. I hope you're enjoying yourselves in this 2018 year, and hopefully we'll have a good ending to 2018, right?
Yeah.
So since we took a little break over the summertime, things have changed. Things have happened.
Yep.
Someone got some braces.
Yep.
And then someone grew a little bit.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, a little bit. You look
Yeah.
pretty good. You know, the camera's right there. Are we going to have this? This is going to be a problem for
I don't think so.
the interim?
Probably.
Here, watch. I'll get this out of your way. So he's looking at the screen over here, like he always does. Samaya,
Yes.
why don't you tell the folks what kind of things happened since we took our break?
Well, a lot of things happened while we were on break.
Did you win something? Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Did you do something that few kids in
Yeah.
your age range do?
So over the summer, my soccer team won state cup,
Yeah.
and we got to go
Look at
to we got to go to Indiana for our regionals, and that was pretty fun. So
And then what do we do after we left regionals?
after we left regionals, we went to Chicago, and we just walked around downtown for the majority of the day. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
We also went to Sears Tower. We went to the Sky Deck.
Yeah.
The glass box.
Yeah, pretty cool, right?
I kind of freaked out before we went in. It was
Yeah,
all glass.
she thought she was gonna break it.
We got to drive along the riverfront and underneath
Yeah.
the tunnels, right? We
That
got to
was-
see where parts of The Dark Knight, one of our favorite movies, was shot, right?
Well, us too,
Yeah.
not sure about
I'd say
Samaya.
Samaya likes The Dark
Yeah, I
Knight.
like it.
Yeah.
but not as much as me and Dad.
Yeah.
Because I love it.
Yeah, so exciting. It was a good summer.
Yeah.
We thought about making some featurettes, some little movies. You guys just decided not to make that kind of the priority, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
It's
We'll keep trying.
Yeah.
Maybe around winter or like Halloween, we'll
yeah.
try to
Yeah.
make one,
Yeah,
a scary one, and then maybe around winter time, we'll
Do-
try to do some more stuff,
Yeah.
right?
yeah,
That sound good?
like
Yeah.
this or
Yeah. Well, guys, so many things are happening right now. It's crazy. We got to see Rampage just a few days ago. We
Yeah.
rented it. We didn't actually go to it in the movie theater. Good movie, Raiden. 1 thumb up, 2 thumbs up. What do you think?
2 thumbs up. If I think we should have done star rating because that's easier.
Okay, how many stars?
5
5 stars for Rampage.
for me.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson from Raiden. Although he has no idea what Rampage the video game is, even though he's played it before.
I have a game like it, but not the actual thing.
Here's Raiden's recap of the movie. They should make a video game about this movie.
they already did.
They have. It was a video game first, but yeah. No, it was fun, right? Good popcorn movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you guys ready to get into a couple of topics?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. First topic for everyone is, I don't know if you guys have heard this, but the Space Force is coming. The United States Space Force.
What?
President Trump announced that by 2020, there are going to be steps in place if Congress votes on it, which he's always confident that everything that he says things are going to happen, will become the sixth branch of our United States Department of Defense. Are you guys excited about having soldiers in outer space and what the implications could be for that? And what's your thoughts about that?
I don't know. I don't really think that right now it's necessary because people are just exploring it. They're not trying to do anything.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I don't really think that it's necessary.
There,
What do you think?
there's a thing that I wanted to talk. I think that we don't need, like, some military or anything in the, in outer space. Because I just don't think that we need that.
So
I don't think it's necessary at all.
I'll play devil's advocate here, okay?
Okay.
So we may not need it right now, but we're starting to talk about exploring Mars. We're starting to send probes out to everywhere. There's a probe that's going to be going to the sun pretty soon, right?
That's gonna be dangerous.
We don't know what's out there, right?
Right.
The other thing is if not now, when? So
Well-
you always have to start somewhere. Do you want to start with a program that you don't necessarily need now that's prepared when something happens, or do you want one that's reactionary where, God forbid, something does come down and attack us, we're unprepared because we don't even have the right resources?
Okay, so I think that, like, if the, like, law or whatever it is gets, like, passed, then, like, we could have it, but we don't need to immediately, like, use the forces. Like, it can be there, and then, like, when we know that there's, like, something out there, then we can, like, send the
Beyond.
Space Force up.
Yeah.
But it doesn't need to be out there all the time.
Yeah, that's what I was wanting to. That's the only thing that I would want to actually have it. Just if anything attacks us or.
So, a good question to follow up with you guys is, if there's tons of movies out there that depict a military space force. If you guys had to kind of choose one, what would the Space Force be in your eyes? Would it be a military force like in Starship Troopers? Would it be like the Space Commandos, the Space Marines in Alien? Or would it be kind of the clones and the stormtroopers in Star Wars?
I think if I could choose what it would be like, I'd kind of want it to be like the Alien one, just because.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because the Aliens movie is like what would happen if the aliens started attacking.
Especially since, like, in my eyes, that one seems like the most realistic.
Yeah.
So.
Me too. So
I feel
that's
like-
why I think that's why I.
So James Cameron did a good job of depicting what you guys would categorize as like
Yeah.
Space Marines or
Yep.
Space Force.
Yeah.
So no Star Wars, kind of outlandish.
Yeah, it's kind of too.
The Star Wars is good, but it's not like a true alien.
Yeah.
Because I
Thing.
feel like with Alien, it's more of like the stuff that, like, really probably would happen if we went out and did that. And, like, the stormtroopers, they're just kind of, like, there, I guess. And especially since that takes place in all, like, a fantasy realm, basically. I don't
Yeah.
think that it's...
Yeah, because there's no actual furry, really furry.
I wish there
Walking.
was Ewoks.
How do you know?
I wish
Maybe
there
there
were
are.
Ewoks.
Yeah, and maybe in a different galaxy,
Yeah.
but not in our galaxy.
So, last question on this one
'Kay.
is, if there was a war and you had to be drafted to one of the branches of the military, would you consider the Space Force? Or would you stick with one of the other ones, like the Army, the Navy, Air Force, Marines?
I think I might consider that because, like, there's a lot of unknowns, which is why it's kind of like, do you want to, do you not want to? But then, like, I feel like since there are unknowns, it'd be cool to be one of the people to actually see that firsthand. So,
Well, you like the conspiracy theories and aliens and stuff like
Yeah.
that, right?
Mhm.
So, more than likely, that branch would make first contact.
right.
Yeah, I
You
would
know.
also pick the Space Force
hmm
because I love space. I like doing conspiracy theories about aliens and also
Aliens,
I
not Aryans.
can't talk.
Those are Nazis.
It's a tongue twister for me.
Yeah, aliens. Okay, quit playing with the table, yo. You guys ready to move on to the next thing?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
move on.
All right. The next topic that we'll talk about is I don't know if you guys know this. HBO is actually making a Watchmen TV show.
Really?
It's going to debut next year. And
What's a debut?
That's when it's going to
when
release.
it's going to come out.
Oh, okay.
And I'm excited about it. Watchmen by my measure is probably the greatest graphic novel ever made. It could be honestly one of the best. Even if you took it off the pedestal of greatest graphic novel, it's a pretty great book on its own. It's a thinking man's graphic novel, that's for sure. And great characters. They have stood the test of time since that graphic novel has come out, and so much so that highly successful movie that Zack Snyder directed, and it basically took frame by frame the graphic novel, which was great. There were a few things that changed, but not too much.
Yeah.
And now they're talking about making a TV show where the graphic novel, the stuff that happened there is canon, or it's part of the world that was
Yeah.
created there, the universe. But this will have different characters. They said new masks, new villains, and it'll take place in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where the original Watchmen took place in New York City. But what they're saying is it's not necessarily going to be a sequel. It's not necessarily going to be they can't describe it, but it's not necessarily a sequel. It's not really a remix. It's not really like a completely different thing. It just is Watchmen in the Watchmen universe.
Okay.
So are you guys excited?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like something kind of different, right?
Yes. Before we move on,
Yes.
I want to ask you two,
Okay.
what is your favorite character in the movie?
In what
Of-
movie? The Watchmen?
Yeah, because we
Um,
need to stay on the Watchmen
Okay.
topic for now.
who do you like?
I don't know. I really like all of them in the movie, so
Mhm.
it's kind of hard for me to pick one. But yeah, what about you?
I like my favorite is Rorschach.
Yeah,
That character is very interesting. Without giving away what happens to Rorschach in the graphic novel or in the movie, he will be the most interesting one to see what they're able to do with him.
yeah,
He may not even be part of this TV show.
yeah.
But I think because it was Rorschach's journal that brought to light kind of the events that happened in the Watchmen, he'll play a big role in the actual telling
Yeah.
of the story. Doomsday Clock, the kind of cross universe, multiverse, crossover event that's happening right now. I think we're about halfway through right now. Go to your local comic book store and pick those up right now. That is an incredible addition to Watchmen. I think that it's just a good story to kind of keep the continuity going, and I wonder if they'll actually use some of that storyline in this TV show.
Yeah.
So, pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I think that'll be pretty good.
Yeah. Are you guys excited about any upcoming shows, TV shows, or movies that like you've heard kind of rumblings about? I know for Samaya, like Suicide Squad 2 is a big one. Birds of Prey is another big one. Gotham City Sirens.
Yeah.
You're excited about that one.
Yeah. Very excited.
So Samaya went through her comic books just a few weeks ago, and she found out that one of the Gotham City Sirens books that she has actually is worth a little bit of money. So and so that's the thing. Dad told her, keep this nice. It's gonna be worth money for
a while.
Yeah. So, and she was excited because she found it and was like, Dad, this thing's X amount of dollars now.
Yeah.
It's not a ton of money, but it's still something that's kind of cool. It appreciates in value. Good literature and comic books, especially when they're rare. So
yeah, I was going through all of them just because I had a bunch laying out and I needed to organize them.
Yeah.
And I just saw some of them that I really liked, and I was just looking it up, and like he said, it wasn't a ton of money, but for how much like I paid for it, it was a lot of money just because of the price that it would be now.
Yeah.
And even in a little bit, like when that movie comes out, it'll probably be even more. So
yeah, that'll be kind of the time where it probably peaks in the amount of money it's going to garner. So of course you don't want to sell it though.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's still fun to know that you have something that's of value. So all right, we're going to wrap up on this. All Things Action kind of delves into just about everything.
Yes.
We like sticking to the action genre. We like sticking to the science genre.
Yes.
And so this one isn't necessarily action, but it's definitely science, and it's definitely something that you guys will probably find very interesting.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to ask is to shield your eyes for just a second away from the screen, or look at the TV or
I'm just
the
gonna
video.
look here.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So the last thing that we're going to talk about is a suicide survivor becomes the youngest face transplant recipient in the United States. I want you guys to take a look over at the screen now and see the difference.
Yeah.
So this gal, who's Katie Stubblefield, when she was 18 years old, she shot herself with a hunting rifle and completely disfigured her face. And scientists were able to give her a transplanted face from someone else. So obviously we'll show you guys on the screen, if we haven't already, what that picture is. Very incredible what science is able to do nowadays.
Yeah.
To give someone kind of a second lease on life.
Yeah.
You know, this is, it sounds like Katie really regrets her decision to do that. And so it's nice to know that she was able to come out of that. And you don't say unscathed, because obviously she came out of that with some pretty horrific problems.
Yeah.
But she was able to get a face, you know, to hopefully at some point this face will start to look much more normal than it is now. That's the hope. They'll this is the starting of it, and then they'll start to go in and kind of repair things as they need to. So, Bear, what's your thoughts?
Just why?
Just why what?
Why did she do that?
Well, it's a good question as to, you know, that's not really our thing to have a conversation as to why someone would decide to shoot themselves. Hopefully.
What kind of hunting rifle was it in?
38 caliber hunting rifle.
What's a 38 caliber?
It's a big barrel rifle. and from what it looked like, she got herself right in the
Center.
face area, and it just kind of caved in her face. So
Ouch.
yeah, not good. But you guys know that if you ever have any problems or you're going through something, you can always talk to Mom and I, right?
Yep.
Or talk to someone
Yeah.
that, like grandma.
Yeah, you can talk to Grandma, you can talk to Grandpa, whoever,
Yeah.
But it's, yeah, no one ever wants to see anybody leave, especially like that,
Yeah.
So, all right, let's not leave
Yeah.
on a down note, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, what are you guys excited about?
You can go first.
No, I can't think right now, so you go first.
I'm just excited to start season 2 of All Things Action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to talk about this season? You obviously want to do conspiracy theories, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? Bear, you like science stuff, right?
Yeah.
Should we maybe do like a science project here on the stage?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
that'd be kind of neat, right?
It would be cool to do like a science project on All Things Action.
Yeah,
I have to do science fair again, so.
there you go.
So maybe
You could do science fair live here.
Yeah.
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 So we can make a video.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
You got any dirty jokes to tell before we leave?
No.
Oh,
Not like
okay.
Uranus. That's pretty dirty.
Keep the planet clean. It's not Uranus.
That's right. So guys, we'll make sure we
Watch
have some.
that video where he says that.
We'll make sure we have some guests this season as well. We'll have Kyle back on. We'll try to get a couple of other funny, smart people on the show so that we can have good conversation. And we appreciate the heck out of you guys, and thank you guys for watching again another season with us. And we'll try to make it the best season yet.
Yeah.
Right? All right. For All Things Action Video Cast, I'm Dad, aka Aaron. This is Bear, also known as Raiden, and of course Samaya stepping in to do a third person with us, aka the Mouse. You guys have been watching All Things Action Video Cast. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.